Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to install steel mesh onto a Longspan roof. We're going to be using this profile on the roof side to fit it onto the roof, and then the tools you're going to need are a drill, a 1/4 inch nut setter, and a pair of tin snips. Now the Longspan roof, there are different manufacturers out there who make very similar style roofs which may have the same or a slightly different dimension. So check our website, just check that this profile is the right one for you, and then we can go from there. Anyway, let's get started and we'll show you how to install it. We've tacked our mesh in at the start, and now we're going to roll out our length of mesh along this section of roof. First thing, we're going to put our gutter mesh trims on. We've put the first screw in, we're going to flatten the trim out, we're going to put the last screw in, and then once we've got that tacked in position, we can put the center 2 screws in their respective holes. Just work your way along this section of roof, butting each of the trims up against next to each other. You don't have to overlap them at all. Next, we're going to put a slight kick in the mesh here. This is going to help the water to flow through as it's coming down the roof sheet, especially if you've got a smaller aperture mesh, like the 2mm mesh. It's also going to help the mesh just sit nice and square once we're finished. Then we're going to get our Longspan profiles. We're going to put the first one in. Don't put the last screw in though, because next, each of those profiles are going to overlap each other. So the screws are going to go that screw will go through 2 profiles on the end one. So you just overlap it. You can see there where the mesh is sitting in relation to the shape of the profile. It sort of kisses up that groove that we've got in between each of those fingers. You can also see, and you'll feel as you're screwing those down, that the profile will compress just a little bit. And that's perfectly fine, because that means that we're just going to get a nice spring force in there, and it's going to make sure we've got a nice tight fit against the roof to stop any leaves getting wedged in there. So here's the finished install. You can see how the mesh is sitting with those Longspan profiles in place. It's nice and square, it's nice and flat, it's exactly as it should be. It's a really neat finish and it's really easy to install.